Scene 1, Apple, take 2.
Alright, today we're going to be looking at this portable video player. Not sure how it's pronounced, but I think it's pronounced Coovu. At least that's how it looks like it should be pronounced. At any rate, let's open this thing up and just take a look. Here we have our instruction manual. We have a box with accessories in it. Open this thing up. Inside the box, you'll see a remote control. Your adapter for the wall. You have your AV cable. By the way, it does have AV in and outputs. And you have your adapter for your cigarette lighter in the car. And finally, the player. Okay, let's hook this thing up and see what we have. So after a second look, I'm looking at this thing and I'm guessing it might actually say Coovu. You know, today, grammar is being twisted so that this kind of stuff looks cool. So let's take a look at that again. Forget me saying Coovu. But hey, maybe it says Coovu. Anyway, let's check this thing out. Okay, now the feel of this thing is pretty cool, but it will get fingerprinted pretty easy. It's not that glossy, it's more like the matte. It's kind of rugged, whatever. The buttons are pretty solid. They're down in there, and everything seems pretty easy to navigate. You have all kinds of things you can do, like you can go to your main menu and skip like all your previews, and here you have your volume control, and these are I don't know exactly what the LCD is because I don't have it hooked up. And then there's a button here that says copy. Now I know this button like stops your video, and you have your setup button, like I said, your volume control, and then you have your little sort of like your little wheel where you can like skip chapters of the movie and rewind, fast forward, and then you have your mode button. We'll get into that when we hook it up to the TV. On some TVs, that mode button may be useful, and then in other cases it might not be, because here you also have a button for your USB in your card. Now, because this thing does, and I think we might as well get into that now, one of the features that I liked about it is that it will take an SD card. So if you have like a lot of times when you're recording, like I am, like at the park, and I'm filming something, I don't have to wait till I get home and go on my computer. I could just take the card out, pop it in here, and just watch it. So I think that's a really cool feature right there. And then one of the things that I also liked about it was that you had your AV in and your AV out. Which is important if you want to have something that's more versatile. And then here you have your where your power hooks up, and of course your headphones. And then this is your USB right there. Now to open the to get access to the disc, you would just press this button right here, and then that's where you would pop in your CD, DVD. By the way, this thing does play DVD minus R plus R, as well as the original copies. And that's one thing for you guys who have like a pretty good collection. I've only ran into a couple of movies that I had an issue with, but then those were movies that I also had issues with on my Blu-ray player. So, you know. Okay, let's turn this baby on. Power switch is right here on the side. Another feature, it has the memory on it, so it'll pretty much remember exactly where you left off on your movie and resume from there. First I thought you had to press a button, but hey, look, see for yourself, it just actually picks up where it left off. Picture in here is actually pretty cool. I got bad lighting. I'm no pro at this, but the picture is pretty decent. Okay, let's hook this thing up to the television. Now I'm sure televisions will vary, but in this case we're going to be using the Roku TV. I have the other end of this cable here already hooked up to the television, and all I did was hook up the red, white, and the yellow to the corresponding aux on the television. So then we're going to take this in here and we're going to hook it up to the AV out, because we're going to go out of this television into our Roku television. So we have one end hooked up to our AV out on our portable DVD player, and we have the other end hooked up to our Roku TV. I did notice that once you hook the wires up to the television, that the picture here, of course, goes away, and because it's transferring to your television, but the sound stays. You can always just close the lid to eliminate that issue if it annoys you. So what we're going to do now, since we have cut on our television. Now the Roku TV automatically had like an app for your AV. See if I can zoom in. See if this light helps. Hang on. That's a little better. All right. So yeah, so your Roku TV, it has the AV app. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click that. Let's go over to that. There you have it. Now the picture and the sound quality is actually pretty cool. It's a lot better, of course, than the portable. The camera probably isn't showing it much justice, but believe me, on my end, it does look pretty cool. And of course, your sound will depend on whatever sound system you have hooked up to your television at home. Overall, hey, not bad at all. Now, I promise you guys I check out that mode button, and I was pretty much correct. That mode button, it might come in handy for some televisions. I guess it would depend on whether or not your television automatically picks the unit up. The Roku automatically picked the unit up, so I had no use for it. When I did click it, all it did was pretty much go through the menus of AV in, AV out. Then this LCD button here, what this did was it made the screen here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, see, it made the screen come on where otherwise it would go off while the television is playing. It's kind of weird because when you do them both at the same time, this one, as you can see, it's like several different boxes or whatever. So maybe that's why by default this thing does shut off automatically. I don't really see it, it functioning too well anyway, like with both of the screens. So we'll just click that, and then that'll stay off, and the television, it's running fine. And I think other than that, we covered pretty much all the buttons. This thing was a lifesaver on our recent trip to Virginia. Now, we didn't go out and buy they have these things that fold over the headrest. But we didn't go out and purchase one of those. But I'm going to open this thing up and show you what we did do with it. Starting from the standard open position, what I did was I took it and just stuck it in the map pocket. Alright, I'm just gonna, it's kind of tight in this truck, so can't really zoom out. Alright, so what I did was I opened it like that to where it's just like, pretty much straight up and down. Then I just stuck it in the map pocket, and of course I hooked up the cable from the front right here. It was still long enough, it goes into the auxiliary. It was still long enough to plug in here where you would still have the system from the truck. So then she was able to like lay down back here and watch her little movies and things like that, so that worked out pretty cool. Let me show you what we did in the front. Now in the front, it actually worked out a lot better because fortunately for us, we had like a lot of this dash space, so we were literally able to sit the whole player on the dash, and in fact even tilt it to an angle where, with me being a driver, I know I shouldn't be watching TV, but we didn't have like a problem just watching movies, even like making turns and things like that. This thing didn't move around or anything. So let's hook it up to the sound. And okay, to hook it up to the car, you just get your cable with the two ends like this, take one end, and look for your, see if you have that aux in your vehicle. And so then you open that, and you'll see that it's green, just like the tip of the cable. Okay, so we'll plug one end in there. Okay, we have our other end here. And then what we're going to do on that is we're going to look over here and plug it into our headphone. I think that's the headphone right there. Alright. Then, let's see here. We're going to go to the radio. Cut on our radio, and then our radio, you want to set that on aux also, and then you pretty much you'll use both volume controls. So here, let's cut this one up first so that we'll have some volume in the car. Then go over to the volume on the car.
My knife! My old man will kill me!
And there you have it.
You two get him! Come on! Move your fucking ass!
That's pretty cool. So yeah, when we were driving, it was really cool because, we were able to watch movies. And let me cut this down here. Yeah, we were able to watch movies, and the time went by really fast, It was pretty cool. Thank you for joining me on this review of the Coovu 12-inch portable DVD player.
I believe it's exactly 2 minutes, 11 seconds to opening.